Welcome back, crafty friends. Today we get to play with some Distress Oxide inks. Now, I am not all about needing the latest and the greatest of everything. In fact, each week I see hundreds of stamp sets that I want and I don't purchase. But these inks, something about them, I needed to have them and to play with them, and it took what I felt like was forever and a day to get them in, but it's okay, they're here, and today I got to play a lot. So my son had to have his tonsils out this week, so that's why I haven't posted in a little bit. I've been definitely, my husband and I have been nursing him and just making sure he's getting back to health. So that's kind of where I've been. But today he's feeling much better, and so I got to play in the craft room. And right now I am going to show you some of the things I'm going to use. Got my 4 colors here. Now in life, I've been told it's not all rainbows and butterflies. But my friends, today it is. We are doing nothing but rainbows and butterflies and rainbowed butterflies. So it's a great time. But right now what I'm doing is getting all these backgrounds inked up and ready to go, because that's going to be my focal point for what we're using our cards, or what we're making our cards of. So here I am doing 1 watercolored piece of paper and 1 Nina Solar White. I believe this is 80 pound. And I'm doing that because I want to see what the differences are with the properties. Now, I'm not going to go through step by step. There's tons of videos out there you can watch. But I am going to do a couple different techniques with these inks. And one of the techniques is going to be to blend on with a blending tool, and then also to smoosh on with water. Right now I'm blending. And at first, when I very first put that broken china to the paper, the regular Nina Solar White, I was not happy, not impressed. However, I did not get enough ink on my blending tool. So I, of course, did not jump to it being the Distress Oxides fault. I always say operator error, number 1, and I was right. So it was my fault. But as I got those blending tools nice and inky, they were beautiful. Oh my gosh, it's like butter. It's like whipping out butter, putting some color on it, and wiping it on the paper. I love it. It's amazing. So here's some different patterns I did with the inks. And 2 of the pieces of paper I smashed with, I rubbed with Versamark sticky ink, and then I'm going to heat set it with some glitter embossing powder. And just get ready to make your day happier, because I saw this glitter and this sparkle and I was just like, what? Yes, it was awesome. So it just came out so pretty. And so I made a bunch. Okay, so I have a bunch of different backgrounds. I'll show you them all in a second. But next what we're going to do is do some smooshing. And I promise there's cards in here, by the way. This is why the video is so long, because I actually am doing a lot of technique first. And side note, I probably was in the craft room for like 5 hours today. But I did some techniques, and then we're going to make cards with all this stuff. So bear with me. I know it's a long one. Usually my videos are only about 4 to 5 or so minutes, but I just had so much to show you. Hey, and we can call this one of the 6 cards a set too. We can just say 6 cards with Distress Oxide. I like it. I'm using it. All right, so we're still smooshing, and here I am adding, with these oxides, as you know probably by now, you can just add color on color on color. So I'm doing that, and I'm putting some more. You have to dry it, and then add some more color. And so the 4 colors that you see in all of these, I'm gonna stick with that. I'm not gonna add any additional colors beyond those 4, just so that I can kind of have everything coordinating. We are making the first card in the set. Here we go. So I pulled out my butterflies from Stampin' Up. These are an oldie, but a greatie. Love them. And I am going to do a lot of the cards with that size butterfly, except for 1. And so I cut this piece out, 2 butterflies in this piece, and now I'm just going over with some actual regular Distress ink. I think I just used regular Distress, or maybe I didn't. All right, I'm moving too fast. I can't even tell. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is just put that one on top of one of the glittery cardstocks that I made. I could not bear to cover that up with just 1 butterfly, so I had to have the 2. And here I'm putting down my personally made embellishment, which I'm going to go over with you actually now. I wanted to show you what I did with this. So you got to think outside the box when you're in the store. Walmart, K-Mart, any mart, go in there and get some contact paper, which I did with this wood grain. And what I do is cut off a piece, cut it down to size, take off the release paper and put it onto a regular piece of white paper. So see, this is on a piece of white paper right now. And it flattens it out all the way. Then I ran that through my die cut machine with my die, which says thanks from Lawn Fawn. And then I did it again with the foam. After all that was done, glued it together and then finished it off with some glossy accents to get that epoxy look. See how shiny that is? There you go. I have wood grain embellishments for years to come. And it was maybe $6, I think. So that's my little handy tip for you. I would take advantage of that. It's incredible. You could do that with any contact paper, chevrons, whatever you see. So that's something I'm going to be using in the future. All right, finished off that card with some of those new Pretty Pink Posh flat sequins with no hole in them. Those are amazing, by the way. They're so pretty. Okay, moving on to card number 2. This one is where I'm using the regular Distress ink here. And I am using the blue and the green and Mowed Lawn, and I want to say, I can't remember off the top of my head. It's not Broken China though. And I'm pulling out another Stampin' Up! Product, which is my old Butterfly Blossoms, I believe it's called, stamp set. This stamp set's gorgeous. It has so many things in it. But if you have anything like that, any leafy type of thing, you can add some accents to the bottom of this. And here I'm making a shaker card. So I don't know what it is about shakers, but I can't make a set of cards without a shaker. And so I am doing just that. And no, if you don't know this, you can pull off that release paper for your foam mounting tape, and you could shape it to anything you want. And so I've shaped it around there. And here I'm adding some more of those beautiful Pretty Pink Posh sequins in there, the ones with no holes. And I bought 5 packs of them so I could spare a few for a shaker. Yeah, I was overzealous. And then I'm just putting my card together. So in the pictures, in the still photos I'm going to show you here, I added another wood grain embellishment that I made using the word hugs from Simon Says Stamp. And then I put on some antennas with some glitter, and I used my Quickie glue stick. And I'm going to show you how to do that in just a little bit on one of the cards. Added some more of the sequins on the outside of that card, and that finishes up that one. And we're moving right along. We have this other piece of fantastic, glittery beautifulness, and we are going to not hide it at all. And so the cutouts of the 2 butterflies, I took those and I just used my blending tool and got them all colored in and inked up beautifully. And they're just going to sit on top of this card. And this is probably going to be the easiest card that I did. Added some sequins. Nope, I did not add sequins. I added some droplets, the Pretty Pink Posh drops. And that finishes off that card. No sentiment. You can use it for anything you want, which sometimes we need some of those in our stash. I know I've gone for, oh, it's someone's anniversary, and I have no anniversary cards. How is that possible? I make cards all the time. Do you ever find that? And then you just don't have one genre you need? Anyway. All right, so here I'm jumping up sizes for my butterflies. And here I am going to do a window card. So not a shaker, but a see-through card. And I'm going to do that by just putting some acetate over it and then inlaying that die cut. Before I do that, though, I'm going to do some glitter from my Spectrum Noir Sparkle Pen. And when you're doing this, make sure, because this does react with water, so make sure that you wipe that off on the paper as you go through coloring something, because if not, you'll just blend and bleed your colors together. And I wasn't going for that look, so. And then on the back side here, I'm going to finish that off with another die cut, just inlaying it on the other side, because I did not want it to look messy with the glue. And so that's what I did on that side. Okay, where has this technique been all my life? I'm telling you, I saw this. Oh, I wish I could give credit. I don't remember where. Possibly Jennifer McGuire. I could probably say that about any technique, and I'd be accurate. But for this one, I think it really was her. So you put your little sticky strip down, you put some glitter over it. I did both sides here. And then when you burnish it, you could start to see that glitter shine up, and it just gets really, really shiny when you're burnishing. And that's rubbing it into the paper, into the glue rather. And so then it's permanent and then doesn't come off on your fingers or anything. And so I did that and that was it for this card, except for a little bit of addition on the front. What I did was use some glossy accents, And I dropped the glossy accents on there. You could see those drops there. And then I poured some glitter over those accents. Sprinkled off the glitter and then let it dry. And I made my own little, I guess you would say, embellishments for that card that matched. What else can we do with distressed oxide? They're endless, the possibilities. So right now what I've done is I have put it on my paper, put some water, added some water, and now I am just taking a paintbrush and I'm going to town. So fun. If you've never done this technique, do it. It's so fun. But I couldn't leave that leftovers there. I had to pick up some of those white butterflies and dip them in, give them a beautiful oxide bath, and that just gave them whatever subtle color. I don't care what it looked like, just any color, any mix was going to match my project. So again, I stuck with these 4 colors. And then here what I did was I just glued where the body of the butterfly would be so that I could have some really fun dimension with those wings. I don't like the look of them laying flat. I think it covers too much, and so this was perfect. Okay, here I'm making the glittery antennas for the butterfly, and I used my Quickly Glue pen just to draw that out and then pour some glitter over it, let it dry, and bada bing, bada boom, thanks to Laura Basson, we got some beautiful glittery antennas. So there are the cards, and then of course I had some more of my Woodgrain sentiments, and that finishes it up. I didn't put anything else on those. And here's a quick look at all of the cards together. Rainbows and butterflies all day. I couldn't have asked for a better day. My son is feeling better. I get to stay home and he wants extra cuddles from me. So it's just a beautiful day. To top it off, I got to play. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope you like these cards. I'd love to hear from you, so go ahead and leave your comments below. And if you have any questions at all, don't hesitate, and I will respond as quick as I can. If you haven't hit subscribe yet, go ahead and do that so you can see more videos from me. Until next time, have a great day.